Hey guys, Phil here at Woods Tree Farm. Today I'm excited because anytime I get to see my hard work turned into dollars, that really gets me going. I finally got to move some of this firewood. I've had several videos over the last several months working on firewood. You may have seen that I bought a splitter this past summer, so that was a good bit of money invested in producing firewood. And now that I finally have some firewood ready to sell, or at least ready to burn, I can start to sell some. So last weekend I put up the first ad saying that we have some firewood available. I just posted it on my community Facebook page, on my personal Facebook page, and on our business Facebook page, and got several responses, a couple of which were just from people that know me, and that's fine. And I got some other responses from people that don't know me that live in the community that wanted some firewood. For those of you that don't know, we live 35 minutes from the farm, and that area in which we live is pretty populated. There are numerous communities, each of which have at least several hundred, and a couple of the communities have a couple thousand homes. Lots of households that have backyard fire pits and whatnot, where people are going to burn wood like this. So that's the target audience that I'm going after. I'm not really looking to sell to people who heat with wood. There's plenty of people in this market who cater to that audience and sell quantities of wood cheaper than I think I can sell quantities of wood. So what I have here are bundles and small loads of firewood that I'm selling at a better value than, say, if someone was just buying wood by the bundle at Walmart or Lowe's or Home Depot or that kind of place, which is typically what the people in my community where I live, that's where they tend to go buy their small batches of firewood. So Lowe's recently actually had firewood out front for as much as $7.40 something per bundle. That's a 3/4 cubic foot bundle of firewood, which usually has just like 6 to 8 pieces of wood in it. So I'm going to finish loading up the truck here. I'll tell you a little bit more about how I've priced the wood and how I've packaged it for sale. Since our winters here are pretty mild, there aren't a lot of people in our area who heat with wood, so I'm not too interested in selling cordwood or bulk firewood sales. I'm really just interested in supplying the small batch stuff for primarily for recreational burns and for fireplaces and that kind of thing. So I've mentioned that before as I've been splitting this wood in previous videos. So I have bundles here. I think I showed this on one other video previously. I bought these mesh bags off of Amazon. I just bought 100 of them just to kind of see how they work out. They'll fit about 8 to 10 pieces of wood. Again, keep in mind my splits are generally a little bit smaller, so it's fitting more of those smaller splits. But it's a larger bundle than what folks are getting at the local big box retailers, just by a little bit. It's closer to a cubic foot if you actually measure out the volume there. But my goal is just to produce a little bit better value than what people can get in the local big box retailer. And of course, there's plenty of people out there that just would rather support a small business like ours. So that's what we're really going after. So I'm selling the bundles with a minimum delivery of 3 bundles. They're $6 a piece, so $18 minimum delivery. And then I'm also selling over here in the truck. This is what I'm calling a truck stack. That's one row, the height of the bed across the back of my truck. And I have a compact truck. This is a Nissan Frontier. So the width of this bed is just about exactly 5 feet. The height here is about 18 inches. And of course my pieces are 16 inches long. So it's going to be 10 cubic feet of firewood, which is not a lot if you buy a lot of firewood. And there's 128 cubic feet in a cord. There's supposed to be. So this is still a bigger batch of firewood for a lot of the recreational burners. This is equivalent to over 13 bundles of firewood if you were to buy them from the big box retailer. So this is a good size bundle. I'm selling these for $45. You know, by comparison, if someone was buying their bundles individually from big box retailer over $7 a bundle, this could be, what is that, 90 some dollars worth of firewood. So really good value for someone who's accustomed to buying it by the bundle from a big box retailer. Not that great a value, I recognize, if you're accustomed to buying full truckloads for heating purposes. But again, for the audience that I'm going after, it seems to be priced right. When I put my ad out there, I got several responses right away saying, yes, we'll take a row, yes, we'll take 2 rows. I want a full truckload, which is actually 3 rows in my little truck. And I went ahead and kind of pretty much sold through everything that I have available. So before I put my ad up last weekend, I kind of took inventory, just a rough estimate of how much I have here. Spin you back over to the pile. All I have is, I've already delivered some of it here, but there is 1 pallet, 2 pallets, 3 pallets full of wood, and now I only have like 1 row of that left. So anyway, I've got about maybe 4 or 5 more of these truck stacks, I call them, left, and that's it, and I'm done. I don't have any other seasoned wood available for this season. I've got a lot more sitting down the hill, and that'll be ready for next season, and I've got plenty of other logs still to process for next season. But as far as what I have ready to burn, ready to sell this season, this is it. What this means for my little firewood business is this season, I've mentioned before the thought of putting together a firewood stand up at the entrance of my property, but I'm not actually going to have any inventory for that stand at this rate. So I'm probably going to retain a few bundles that we can sell when we're open at Christmas time, and that'll probably be about it. I'll go pick through the pile that I have down the bottom of the hill. I think I have some pine that is dry enough to burn, and I might be able to get another, I don't know, couple truck stacks out of that. I'll sell that a little bit cheaper because it's all pine. But point being, I don't have a huge amount of firewood here to sell. My goal was to sell this year $500 worth of firewood, which when I first estimated all of this, I figured if I could sell 3/4 of it, or 85% of it, that should easily get me to $500 worth. What I've already committed at this point is over $340 worth just by selling truck stacks and a couple bundles in the neighborhood. So anyway, I'm easily, I think, going to hit that $500 goal. The question now just becomes, how much can I sell with what I have? I don't think I have that much. I don't think I'll be able to crack $1,000 this season, but I'm processing a lot more so I can do a lot more next season. But anyway, it's got me jacked up. It's got me energized. It's proven to me that the time and effort put into doing firewood is worth it. It's proven to me that I'm going to be able to move this firewood, which is kind of the other concern, being in Central Virginia where winters are mild. I've been worried a little bit, am I going to be able to move enough firewood to make this worth my time and effort? And I think I'm quickly coming to the conclusion that that won't be a problem. I wanted to share with you how I'm pricing and packaging and promoting the firewood sales and moving the firewood, because I know a lot of you guys come at me with questions around pricing and around marketing, around advertising and that kind of stuff all the time. So I wanted to go ahead and mention all that. But anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Again, pretty jacked up on this firewood stuff. I hope I can get all of this out of here, with the exception of maybe I'll keep 10 or 15 bundles for when we're open at Christmas time and just have that as an add-on sale. Thanks for watching, guys. If you got questions or comments about what we're doing out here on our farm, leave those down below. And I'm looking out across the field. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell. We just got a bunch of rain. Hurricane Sally just came through, dropped a whole bunch of rain, so everything's nice and wet. But I did spray about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. All of the Christmas tree rows were sprayed, and you can just start to see some brown rows over there. So all of the grass should be dying off down there. So if you're interested in keeping up with what we're doing out here on our farm, which is primarily revolving around planting and growing Christmas trees, then hit that subscribe button. And of course, we've got a few other things that we're doing around here to make a little bit of money, firewood being one of those things. So if that's interesting to you, hit subscribe, follow along. We'd love to have you. And until next time, see you on the next video. Bye-bye, guys.